Damn it, Bobby, this just ain't right.
Magic in the movies. Get better and better.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here at Three Shades of Whatever. Boy, do we have some fun material today. We got Bobby De Niro, acting like a fucking whole clown outside of a courthouse. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Did he write this? Is it scripted from someone else? Because there's a lot of bullshit involved in that speech.
What to say about it? Well, that's actually a good question. Did somebody write it? Because he's got pages. He's turning pages and reading it. He's not reading it well.
No.
The problem with Robert De Niro is he's too emotionally invested. He's been saying emotionally charged things about Trump for years. All of a sudden, the Biden campaign asks him to be outside of the courthouse doing a weird press conference that, from what I understand, nobody showed up for.
Well, here's my biggest question about all of it, okay? About all of this whole Bobby fucking De Niro situation. Does anybody give a shit what Bob De Niro thinks about politics? Does anybody make up their mind, be like, oh, well, Mr. De Niro said? Nobody cares. Why the hell is he there? And I love A Bronx Tale and The Godfather, damn it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to allow it to bother me to the point where I'm not going to watch his stuff because he's in too many good movies.
I agree with that. I do want to preface all this, too, for people that aren't normally here on this channel. We're not political. We're not Trumpers. We're not Biden followers. We just calls it like we sees it. That's it. Continue.
Yeah, and you know what? People are going to label us one way or another, and guess what?
Sure,
I don't give a...
The biggest issue with people nowadays, if you say anything pro-Trump, you're automatically a Trumper and a MAGA. And if you say anything against them, you're automatically against them. You're with Biden. It's all stupid to me. I'm allowed to be a free thinker.
Politics is a mental illness. It could manifest as a mental illness.
Absolutely.
Because people have confirmation bias on whatever side that they're on. If they're blue, they find a way to make it blue. If they're red, they find a way to make it red. And going back to this De Niro thing, which is, I don't think actors or celebrities, their pull is starting to fade when it comes to political movements. They used to be like, oh, if a celebrity talked, everybody listened.
It was like gospel.
People are so fatigued with this Trump trial and everything that's going on that by the time De Niro shows up to this thing and starts saying like, oh, your democracy is going to end and you're going to lose all your rights, and people are like, well, he was, we're kind of tired of hearing the same old like doom and gloom. People are tired of hearing just the point of like, oh, Trump's going to be a dictator. Is this what people are supposed to say when they hear Robert De Niro? So here's a moderate out there in the world. Oh man, Robert De Niro gave a speech today. Did you see it? It's like, yeah, I don't want a dictator as president. That means we got to vote for Joseph Biden because Robert De Niro said Trump's going to be a dictator.
You know what I can't wait for, Greg? I can't wait for 4 years from now to when neither of them are candidates and we could just move forward with something different, because I'm sick of these past 8 years now? I'm sick of it. Everybody's a whiner.
Stop whining. You kids are soft.
I'm going to call a ambulance. Somebody dial 911.
Speaking of whiner, let's proceed, sir.
Yeah, let's see what you guys think about Mr. De Niro. We're just going to play a little clip, but let's see what we got. Right?
We'll call this ground zero for the whiners, or wine zero.
Right. Yeah.
Never mind.
French cries.
When Trump ran in 2016, it was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. No, never could happen.
The next day to be like this, they fucking won?
We'd forgotten the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators. With Trump, we have a second chance. And no one is laughing now. This is the time to stop him by voting him out once and for all. We don't want to wake up after the election saying, what, again? My God, what the hell have we done? We can't have that happen again. Yesterday was Memorial Day. It's a good time to reflect on how Americans fought and died so that we may enjoy the freedoms guaranteed to us by a democratic government.
Pause. Yes. So we may enjoy the freedoms given to us by a democratic government as the left completely tries to friggin' tamper with an election.
That's the thing. It's like he's talking about the democracy and stuff, but people, does he not realize that this trial that Trump is on is actually helping his base? It's actually helping his popularity because they're making a trial about election interference while the trial itself is the heaviest and worst election interference that I've ever seen. He literally can't go campaigning. That's just a fact.
Real talk, Robert.
So I don't know. And they're also bending charges to just fit this case. I'm not a lawyer.
Me either. But
but
that's what it seems like to most people.
From what I understand is because he committed a misdemeanor, he could have been, the fact that he was hiding another crime. That's what this trial is about. He did this NDA, but it was to hide another crime. And then finally, in the closing arguments, they said it was federal election campaign fraud. That was the crime. They said that at the closing arguments at the very end of the case, which was like yesterday or today, whatever it was, a couple days ago.
Shouldn't that be the opening statement?
That's the whole thing. It's like
you're just figuring out what you're charging him with now?
No matter what it is, the majority of people, especially Trump voters, nobody cares. This is just the government bickering at each other, spending taxpayer money. They have the Republican front runner on trial for a hush money case, for a case where he paid a star that he banged in 2006 to not talk about their little affair. No one cares. Who cares? Nobody cares. Hey, Bob, do you care? No, I don't care, Mr. Greg. I don't give a fuck about what Trump did in 2006. Thank you, sir. Hey, Karen, do you care? Yeah, fuck Trump. He's an asshole. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to ask you. You're a little fucking crazy. Fuck Trump. Yeah, all right, fine. The Democratic base does care. They're just like, Trump is a criminal. He's been charged with 82 felonies. Ah! He's going to ruin democracy. Ah!
I didn't see it. This dictator tyrant. Do they forget that he was already president? Like we saw.
That's the whole thing.
We saw what he was as president. Was he a dictator? No. Did he start any wars? No. He's going to take us into World War III. I'm pretty sure I'm right on the statistic. I think he was the friggin' first president, and I can't tell you how many that didn't start a war or join a war or get into a war, or you know what I mean? He bombed a couple people and nobody wanted to fuck with him because they knew he was batshit crazy and they didn't want nothing to do with it.
At the end of his presidency, he didn't like the election results, and we're not going to get into that conversation. So he incited his people a little bit when it came to like the election was rigged. But if that's how he really felt, hold on. If that's how he really felt, then that's fine.
Yeah, but hold on. It's what's different than what Hillary did. And again, I am not talking sides. I'm just pointing out a fucking hypocrite when I see it. Hillary went the entire time that Trump was in office calling him a false president, saying that they stole the election, Russian collusion.
Right. It's she called.
But if he does it, it's the end of the fucking world.
You know, let's just see more what De Niro has to say. Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, I guess we can go back to some De Niro. Do you guys want more De Niro? Let's get some.
Government that, as President Lincoln said, of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Under Trump, this kind of government
Lincoln was a Republican.
Perish from the earth.
What?
I don't mean to scare you. No, wait. Maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump
scared.
Returns to the White House,
I'm terrified.
You can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted.
Yes, because that's what happened.
And elections, forget about it.
That's
over.
Yes.
That's done.
No more
if
elections.
He gets in
under Trump.
I can tell you right now.
He's going to be the emperor
He
forever.
will never leave.
Because he didn't the first time.
He will never leave. You know that.
You're an idiot.
We know that?
He will never leave.
Wow.
Oh, yes, we all know it. That's because,
What does that mean?
he's still in office,
Is
right?
that
He never
the
left.
country we want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life?
Well, now that you say that that's going to happen, that means that's what's going to happen.
I hope this new ad campaign reaches outside the bubble to remind supporters of what a danger he is to our lives. This is not a threat. This is a reality. And that's why I've joined the Biden-Harris campaign, because the only way to preserve our freedoms and hold on to our humanity is to vote for Joe Biden for president. We don't have a choice.
We don't? I do. I'm an American.
On January 6th, while Republican lawmakers despicably tried to keep the loser Trump, in the White House, and Trump-inspired insurrectionists stormed the Capitol, brave men and women from law enforcement put their lives on the line to defend this country. Our democracy. These guys are the true heroes. They stood and put their lives on the line.
This is a terrible attempt to be political.
Yeah. It just seems like a crazy person giving
This
out
is
his
lied under oath.
feelings.
Who lied under oath? What are you telling me?
Those two traitors behind you.
Excuse me?
Those two traitors behind you.
They lied under oath?
That's right.
What are you saying?
He just said it.
They're traitors.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't either, but hold on.
I don't know. I don't even know how to deal with you, my friend. I don't even know how to deal with you.
It's
you have
it's
no
all
thought.
emotion and no substance. This is all emotion. I haven't.
Yeah, look, hold on. He doesn't know how to deal with him because it's not written on the fucking paper in front of him.
Yeah, he's not. This is not his job. He doesn't know how to do this.
No.
He's
Obviously
lost.
scripted.
I don't even know how to. I don't have a point to make to you, so I'm just going to say I don't know how to deal with you. I'm going to make an emotional argument, just like I did about Donald Trump. This is all emotional. The Trump derangement syndrome is real.
It is real, bro. Like, I see it all the time. People are crazy hating that motherfucker. And I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I'm not a Trumper. I don't give a shit. Really. I just want what's best for the country. Dude, all it seems to me is the ramblings, emotional ramblings of a man who detests Trump. Or is, honestly, it just seems like an agenda. It seems like he was placed there for a reason because Bobby De Niro is beloved. Let's get him out there talking because he really does hate Trump. Let's give him a good script and let him out there and do his thing. And then somebody comes along that says something he's not ready for. I can't deal with you.
Yeah, and I don't know the facts of that. If I want to, when it comes to that, what that guy said about lying
I
on
don't know
oath,
either.
we're not going to get into that. I could just say overarching, the general theme, the whole January 6th thing. I'm not a supporter of what happened. I don't like what happened. I thought it was kind of nonsense, but people disagree with me. At the same time, I also do not think it was this threat against democracy that people are making it out to be. I just don't see it. I don't be like, man, we almost lost our democracy today. Huh?
How?
What?
How?
Huh?
How?
Say it again.
Like, yes, they were there to take over democracy. Like, dude, do people not realize we have a fucking military that could just easily walk in and take them all out with no problem? Like, come on with the bullshit.
It's like they're pretending like this country's captured a flag. It's like, oh, well, if you captured a flag in the Capitol, it's yours now.
Nigger, you can't claim us. We live here. Do you have a flag?
I think all this derangement stuff with Trump, it's just helping him. De Niro making this speech is making the Democratic base seem crazier and crazier. It's just like Bill Maher going on Megyn Kelly and saying the wrong thing.
Hillary Clinton, of course, is the original election denier.
Well, she's not an election denier.
She absolutely was the OG election denier. You can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
She came out before the sun had risen to concede the election to Trump.
And then spent the next 4 years saying he was illegitimate. He was an illegitimate president.
She didn't say he was an illegitimate.
Yes, she did.
You tell me exactly what she said.
She said those exact words. I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president.
Call a duck, man. Don't make up fucking stories to try to fit your agenda. That's the thing that I hate about the progressive left. They will say anything to fit their agenda. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts my head.
I think the progressives of anything try to fit their agenda, but in this particular case,
I'm just talking about this particular case, yes.
See, in politics, they try to frame things to work in their favor. For instance, Joe Biden saying when he took over office that inflation was at 9% when it was at actually 1.5%. It took a full year to get to 9%. And so he said, I took over at 9%. They said the wheels are already in motion for that 9%. They also took credit for job growth when they counted the job level at when he took over for COVID. Everybody was sitting at home. And then when they got their jobs back, he takes credit for those numbers in that particular
Falsified
job group.
numbers. They're false
Okay,
numbers.
that's politics. That's America.
I agree.
And guess what? I love America.
Fuck yeah.
People care more about inflation than they do about anything else right now. I feel like that's really on the main thing. And
It's killing everybody.
They're thinking Biden can't fix it, and they're thinking Trump might be able to fix it. Whether you agree or disagree with that, I'm just giving the overarching theme of what people think. Robert De Niro coming to do a speech at this political spectacle of a court case, because most people think that's what this is. Nobody gives a shit that Trump paid Stormy Daniels. Nobody cares. Nobody truly cares. Ask yourself, do you really give a shit that Trump had sex with Stormy Daniels in 2006 and he didn't want her to talk about it, so he made her sign a $130,000 non-disclosure agreement so she wouldn't talk about it? I don't fucking care. Anyway.
Jesus, Micro Machine guy.
Each one has dramatic details, terrific trim, precision paint jobs, plus incredible micro machine pocket play sets. There's a police station, fire station, restaurant, service station, and more.
All they're doing, like you said before, is they're helping out his cause. Here's even proof. My buddy, avid Trump hater, can't stand the guy, won't vote for Biden because of what all the shit that's been going on. He's basically saying that I don't like how they're like. What are they saying? Weaponizing the government. That's what he kept saying. He doesn't like how they're weaponizing the government.
And this is not to like the viewers of the 5 people who watch this. I don't care that who you vote for. I'm not telling you to vote for Trump. Vote for whoever you want. This is not a pro-Trump thing.
It's a free country. And I love our freedoms.
This is just, Robert De Niro. I feel like he made a fool out of himself because he's too emotionally involved. He can't get up in front of people and talk about Trump and use his brain logically. He's just going to say he's going to be a forever dictator. Well, that's what De Niro said. He'll never leave. He's going to be a forever. Don't vote for Trump because he's coming for your freedoms and he's going to be a dictator and he's never going to leave and we're never going to have political elections ever again. Those are the statements he literally said. I
agree with you, and it's all bullshit.
The only people that are going to agree with him are the far people who are really extreme. That's it.
The progressive left. So now here, I will say this. He's saying all these things about Trump, about what he is. But what about what Biden says he is and has done? He's been everywhere and done everything.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man.
I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community. I had a very close relationship with the Greek-American community, for real. I am Joe Bidenopoulos. I grew up in a heavily Irish Catholic community in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and a heavily Italian Polish community. When I say I got raised in the black church, he knows I'm not kidding. The Persian culture is amazing. As a student of the Persian culture, I probably went to shul more than many of you. I come out of the black community. The background of my family is Irish American, not fundamentally unlike the Palestinian people. I was raised on GM. I was raised by Danny Inouye. I was raised by a righteous Christian. I got raised on automobiles.